Hey everybody, I'm Lizberry.
Hi guys, I'm Joey.
Welcome to another WIP Wednesday stream. We're back as we said we would be.
We've returned.
So let's get started with the WIPs. So let me put some of these out before we switch cameras. So these are some little lace mushrooms that I've been working on. I showed you guys that Alice and Cheshire Cat 2 weeks ago when we were here last. So these are going to go along with that piece probably. Not all of them. I don't think I'll put these with them because of the texture of the yarn. Although I do have a lot of pieces of like flowers and stuff that do match this texture.
Right.
So I might use these with that piece. I'm not sure. They are really nice giant mushrooms, although I don't know how much space I want to take up.
I know, right?
So my giant mushrooms I haven't
So
pieced together yet.
A little over-ambitious sometimes.
Well, these might look nice for like almost blending more into the background, I guess,
no,
too.
Those are super cute.
So once I attach them
holes
together,
and
they'll look kind of...
Little frills for the spores almost.
And there's just not any really... I haven't found any, but I haven't seen any real like patterns for Irish lace mushrooms anywhere. Really,
Right.
like if you guys have seen any of them like that, like let me know.
Do let
like,
us know or
like
leave
send
links.
me links
because
I've looked for stuff like that and I can't find any examples of it. So I kind of just had to wing all of these. These are pretty simple, the tiny ones, but obviously this is a little bit more complex. Let me show you guys a little bit closer up.
Yeah, the cap. I know. I wish we had like a darker background to put it against.
I know.
So you could see the.
I should have thought about
the
that.
holes
There
of
is
it
a lot
really
of white background stuff, or there is a lot of white lace pieces that I'm going to show. So you can see the caps really well, though. So that's nice.
Yeah.
I have some of these like standalone little leaves that I'm probably going to just put close enough to them to suggest that they are connected, kind of.
Right. I think that would work.
So like, yeah, because I kind of don't want everything to be perfectly attached like all the time. Like some of these I want to be attached.
Yeah,
like,
no, I think
style of flower,
an important part
like,
of this style is having the negative space there.
Yeah,
In
sure.
between all of the wonderful
So
busyness
here's
of
the mushroom
of the
that I
lace.
missed. So it's kind of pretty much the same as all the other mushrooms. I'm going to put it with the others so that it doesn't get lost or separated.
Back with its brethren.
Mm-hmm. Most of these are just like leaves and flowers. These leaves are the same as these leaves. The only thing that is kind of trippy about this one is I used a padding cord for this, which I don't usually do. I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like. And it's trippy. It'll add some interesting texture to the piece, I think. This one I'll probably put some leaves around kind of like I did for this one, since it has that little center.
I know.
ladder.
Yeah, no, that one I like a lot.
Which one? This one? The pink one or the purple?
The purple one.
Yeah, with the leaves it'll look.
Is that the same purple? That's not the same purple as that.
No, no,
right?
it's not.
No,
This
yeah.
is a different purple. So.
I'm not sure if I like it more because of the shade of purple or because of the shape.
And then this one is kind of wild. I'm not sure. Because, like, I tried to incorporate this into a piece before, and it was just so much that it kind of took over the whole piece. So, like, I need to find a way to incorporate it to where it's not, like,
yeah, because it's almost like a
too
large
much.
corner piece with creeping vines.
Alright. So it's mostly just leaves and flowers again. Mostly leaves this time. This one's kind of the coolest one this time, I guess. It's a little fern.
Yeah, like a fern.
Mm-hmm. I want to make a few more of these, but like in different stages, and I think that would be kind of a nice thing to like litter around the piece. And more of these type of flowers. I have a bunch of these that I kind of want to put like all around to make it look like kind of a wildflower of a certain type that's just growing around. I made this little patch of grass, I guess, which I want to make a couple more patches of as well.
Little tufts.
Yeah. And this, I haven't made the flower for it yet. This I kind of wanted to make it look more like a serrated kind of like rose leaf kind of. I have here a Butterfree applique and a Persian applique. These are both characters from Pokemon. Let me show you the Persian up close. So I want to just kind of have like a field full of different Pokemon of different types that are all just kind of hanging out in a field, just doing animal things.
It's like a classic nature scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Snap
So,
out in the wild.
Yeah. So, so yeah, this is going to be kind of more in the background. Galaxia Nova says the Butterfree is amazing. Thank you.
It is a very nice Butterfree.
Yeah, actually, it took me a couple of tries to get that one right. I actually kind of had to throw out a couple of bad Butterfrees. It's a shame. But yeah, that one took a little while to get perfect.
But
So
yeah,
basically,
in-
yeah, you would just be connecting all of these little pieces together with freeform chains, basically, and just kind of like fill it in until all of the negative space is filled with just like lace.
Yeah.
If you look it up on Google, you can find some really cool examples.
Yeah, there's some amazing pieces.
Yeah,
out there.
people do amazing work. And this is kind of like baby lace, really. Some people like literally use like thread
Yeah.
to make like, that's kind of what you're supposed to traditionally use, but I am not that good at this.
that's-
So, and I mean, piece of fiber fell in my mouth. That's what happened. But yeah, I'm not good enough to use lace, like lace yarn or lace thread to make my
Right,
lace.
that's
like,
intense. It's like
I'm still a beginner, so I've been just using crochet threads, but this is one of my favorite pieces that I've made so far. And then the other thing that I've done that that I guess is probably not proper is I take apart the 4-ply yarns and just use 2 of the threads of the
Right.
4-ply yarn to make lace, because you really can't find very many good colors in crochet thread.
That's true.
Or just in thread, like, just you have to use like DMC floss or something like
Yeah.
that in order to find
No,
really nice
definitely
colors.
everyone's kind
So
of
that's kind of my cheater way of
yeah,
getting
everyone's kind
lace
of at the
thread.
mercy of the colors that are available and whatever type
unless
of
you
yarn
wanna,
you
like,
want to work
get a
in.
sheep and make your own.
Yeah, and it's and then dye lots aren't always the same,
No,
so
no,
it's
for sure.
hard to
That's
get.
why I want to use like that acrylic yarn, because then the dye lots actually are the same. But yeah, they're just a bunch of sea themed ones that are going to go with the mermaid piece. Here's a bit of kelp.
We've gone from the fields to beneath the sea.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably do a couple of mermaid pieces, so some of them will probably be like directly underwater, which is why I have this huge seahorse. Because that's going to be
Right.
more of like, this one's going to be closer up to the...
Right, it's not a giant
Yeah.
seahorse, it's just part of the foreground.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just-
And like, some of them I want to do more like on the actual like sand
Mhm.
pieces instead, but some of them I do want to have them be
Right.
like actually underwater. So this guy's probably going to be on the sand, my lobster. So... I have a crab somewhere, I thought, but I can't find it. So.
He's skittered away.
Yeah, I have a bunch of other mermaid-themed pieces somewhere, because I showed you guys 2 mermaids last time, and I have another one that's further finished, and I don't know where it is.
And they swam off with the crab.
I have a hard time finding shell patterns that I like, so I always just end up making something up, and I've
Right.
never really been satisfied
No.
with just a straight-up, just regular, like, clam shell.
That one looks pretty good. It's got some nice boning on it. Or not that clams have bones necessarily, but like
well,
the,
it has
the,
like some
the rib-
it has texture in the
yeah,
right places.
the ribbing on it, I guess.
Yeah, and I like the colors for this for being a shell too. So this is a good yarn for that. So this is just a random lace trim that I've been working on for a while, and now I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it, because I was going to use this trim to put at the bottom of a dress, but then I just changed my mind about the material that I wanted to use for it. But the problem was I was halfway done with this lace. I might have to turn the light up for this.
Right, it's black, so we get the good contrast on this, but
So this is a Irish lace rose tape, I guess you could call it. But I've just been slowly joining all of these roses together, and then I just changed my mind about what lace I wanted, because it's just this particular type of material. This is a wool-like thread, so it's kind of fuzzy, and I didn't really like how it looked to contrast with the dress that I was using. I ended up undoing all of that and then replacing it with Aunt Lydia's yarn. So now I have to figure out what to do with that dress that is like, I guess I could do the same thing, but now I guess I'm kind of bored of this design. So I want to do something different now, but I have so much of this stuff and I don't know what to do with it. And if you guys have any suggestions for something I could do with 1,000 miles of beautiful lace, please let me know.
serious,
Because
just like,
there's so much, like, there's so much.
I know, right?
Like,
It's like,
look at this.
literally.
It's
Could just like drape
there's
it
so
around
much.
the room, really. Be like
I know,
streamers
right?
almost.
Because I showed you guys the neck piece that I built last week, and I wasn't really satisfied with the way that it covered up so much of her skin, because I want to give her tattoos. So I made this other one, It's currently pinned on her body, but yeah, it's just a lot more of her skin is showing, so I'm satisfied with that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I really did want to give her some kind of a metal, like, jewelry thing. And then I also added some earrings.
Yeah, no, the earrings look, they're a nice little touch to it.
Yeah, I added some earrings, and then I added a little loop to the eyebrow
piercing too.
And there's just a single stud on this earring currently, but I'm gonna add some more. I think I might like glue a jewel onto this one, maybe, potentially.
Right.
Just to make it different than the one on the other side, just so that she has like a bunch of different styles of earrings. So here's the prototype that I was building, and I made some changes on it. Some of you might notice. Now I outlined the muscles so that you can kind of see them a little bit better.
A little better with the shine of the
because
of the camera a little bit.
Yeah, and I used the same color yarn, so it doesn't need to be a contrasting color, and that's nice to know because. So it looks pretty good.
You can see some definition.
Yeah, you can definitely see more of the definition of the muscles. And with the way that I did it, there's also this little kind of like.
Oh yeah, like the line down the back. Yeah, you can see it real well right there.
And also his butt.
And also the butt.
But this guy came out a little bit skinnier than the pattern that I was making because I realized I accidentally forgot to make his pecs bigger, which is why they're kind of flat immediately. So let me show you the guy that is from the actual pattern. His muscles aren't outlined yet, so they don't look as clear, but you can kind of tell he's just got a lot more like bulk to his chest, and just generally his body, like he's a lot less thin than this guy is. See how skinny that dude is, although he's kind of more skinny also because his muscles have been sewn in. But once this guy's muscles are sewn in, he'll still be a lot bigger because I did an extra row of increasing at the chest, which I was going to do for this guy. I just forgot to do it completely. Yeah, no, it still looks really good. Yeah. It's just different body types now.
Totally.
So like, it's still I'm still happy with both of these characters. I don't want to like. Obviously, I'm not going to undo this.
No, for real. That's way too much work to undo.
So yeah, this tutorial for this guy though is going to come out for patrons probably tomorrow. It was going to come out today, but then I realized there was actually like some typos in the text on top of some of the materials. So I had to re-encode and re-upload everything. So that was unfortunate. So I guess you guys are getting that tomorrow on Patreon. If you guys are interested in that, you can sign up for Patreon. There's a link in the description. And this will become public for everybody next week, so look forward to that. If you have no money but plenty of time, just keep on watching and sharing the videos. That also helps. Don't worry. It's obviously Patreon is completely optional. But yeah, you guys can just wait on the tutorial for next week and share the videos if you want to help support the channel. Like the videos, all that good stuff. Comment on the videos. You guys know what to do. Yeah. But
comment,
it's totally share, optional subscribe. For you guys to go on Patreon.
But,
so don't feel
we
don't feel
like you have to. Appreciate it, but by all means, don't feel like you have to. We know,
Yeah, for sure.
Please support.
I mean, obviously, we're kind of
first.
like we know how it is to be struggling financially. So I mean, if you guys don't have the money to, exactly. If you guys don't have the money to support,
anybody,
yeah, for sure. All right, I got the crown.
Thank you for the thought, though.
Yeah, seriously. And obviously, we appreciate you guys just being here. If you guys are interested in that, check out Patreon. Also, this hairstyle, I just did a tutorial for that. So if you guys are interested in short doll hair made out of yarn, you guys can check out that tutorial. And I think that's it for these guys. So there's one more figure that we're going to show you guys, and then that's it. But what I've added is the dress, finally. And I actually decided to not make it a dress and to make it a robe instead, because I just loved how this looked without like connecting it together the way that I did with all of my other dresses. And also everything that I've made has been wearing a dress so far, so I just thought it looked really, really nice to just have it be a robe. She's not wearing anything underneath yet because I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna put on her underneath, but I do want to have a layer of like thin clothing underneath with the big robe on top.
And it kind of unfurls like a flower too, which is nice.
Yeah, and I want to put like a sash of some kind. I haven't decided exactly what kind, and then I think I'm going to make 2 standalone petals of this same style and use them as sleeves so that she has really big sweeping sleeves. Just enough space for the wings. So, if you guys have any ideas for what I can put for her underclothes, let me know in the comments.
Styles, or make a little sketch and scan it and send it in.
If you have that kind of time.
I know, right?
I'm not sure what to do for the sash. I kind of thought at first, like the obvious thing is to put more leaves, I guess. But I'm so fed up with everything just being leaves.
I know, right?
And then also, I kind of want it to be more of a thick sash instead of just a string of leaves. So I was almost thinking maybe of just making it just fabric.
Yeah.
Instead of
it's just it's a large blade of grass. So that way, because everything is either, it's cool going with the motif of being based around flowers, but in that way.
Well, I feel like she's flowery enough for it to be.
Well, and then in that sense too, it's like all you have to choose from are petals or leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes it
Well, there's other things that I could use, but
like a blade of grass.
Yeah, totally. And I haven't used mushrooms yet in a doll, which that is probably something that I could use.
A mushroom themed fairy would be cute.
But yeah, if you guys have any other ideas for other clothing pieces for those fairies, also those 2 male dolls that I showed you guys are also going to be fairies eventually. So if you guys have any ideas for ways that I could decorate those 2 guys, then leave that in the comments as well. I think that's it for now.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much.
Yeah, especially everybody that's up there.
I know, anyone
that's watching us. Thank you so much, you guys. And thanks for engaging so much in the chat this time.
I know, yeah. It always makes it nicer being able to talk to you guys and just be able to connect more and hear your comments.
Yeah, and thanks for the feedback. I appreciate that a lot. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. That's it. So bye, guys.
I know we keep spacing. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.